Hello, and welcome to episode 14 of the app breakdown. Today it's Christmas Eve, but that's no excuse to not download new apps. Actually, it's a pretty good excuse, but I'm still doing it. And today, from a request on Twitter, we are taking a look at how we feel. So how we feel is an emotional well-being journal. Basically, you just log how you feel. And this app has some really cool, essentially, visualizations of feelings. So let's jump into it, open how we feel. I've opened it in the past for some time, never an actual user, always just for testing. And so today we're going to be doing that again. Get started, we have their signature animation style here. Oh, very cool transition, okay. Find words to identify your emotions. Let's hit continue. There's a video here playing. It doesn't actually have sound. Okay, try strategies to help you be in the moment. It's a great animation here, and it had custom haptics on each of the little things that popped up. And now something that they start to introduce here right on the onboarding is these little illustrations that refer to different feelings. So for example, this circle here with a little edge represents happiness, the other one peaceful, loved, etc. And over time you spot patterns. So let's hit continue. Again, very smooth transition, keeping the element in the frame and just taking it forward and then moving something out of the frame inside. It's free, made possible by donations. Okay, cool. I thought they were going to ask me for a donation straight away now. Continue. For some reason, this animation is pixelated. Like their logo is pixelated. I'm not sure how well the video captures that. Hi and welcome to How We Feel. Let's take a few moments to get you set up. Make sure you're quiet space and ready for a simple few steps. Continue, and you can skip the setup. There was a skip setup button at the bottom. Are you sure about we feel? Let's go for friends. No fancy animations here, just pretty standard list. Continue. We can see that there are 10 steps. 10 steps is a bit steep, but they did offer the option to skip, so we'll give them a pass. Before jumping in, let's explore why you're here. I want to feel more positive. No, I'm pretty positive. I want to build better relationships. I want to improve anxiety. Okay, let's go. I want to build better relationships. And we're going to do our first check-in now. Okay, tap the color that best describes how you feel right now. And you're going to see they do a very good job of compressing and expanding emotions to help you actually understand which one you're looking for. Because there are a lot, but people don't actually know their names or how they feel. So let's go for, right now, I am high energy and pleasant. So I'm going to tap the yellow here. And the moment I tap the yellow, then they all expand. So now, oh wow, okay. So as I can scroll, this is sort of like the Apple Watch UI. Like on the Apple Watch, you have the little apps going around. Here it's sort of the same thing. And the app that's in the centroid expands, shows at the bottom, and you can tap it. And also there's a haptic every time a new emotion is selected. And you can scroll like this, like it's pretty cool. So let's go here. Right now I am feeling, let's go motivated. Okay, motivated, it's a little shield. Enthusiastic about doing something. Cool. Or optimistic. Hopeful and confident about the future. Yes, let's go optimistic. Again, nice transition. Let's go back and see that again. Try a different one. So they keep the element, they keep the little animation, well, not the animation, the little illustration, bring it up, and then have the rest of the information come down, even though they don't keep the text. So let's go again, optimistic. I love this. Let's play it again. Optimistic. Okay. And here we have basically an entry for the journal. So you have the main feeling at the top. You can add something. So recording going well. It's a very cool type that they use here. Super clean. The header is clean, even though there's a lot of text in it. So I actually like it. So and now, right now we have options to finish or go deeper. What is go deeper? Introducing reflect. It's an AI-powered feature that guides you through a series of questions, uncover why. Oh, interesting. So it's basically like the therapist asking you, okay, but why? So let's click continue. Enable AI features. Oh, I have to sign in. Wait, but that's going to mess up my... This is a weird place to ask for a sign in. because it's going to mess my flow of actually completing my first check-in. So I'd much rather them ask this at the end when I already gave some value to the app. Okay, I'm actually not going to enable it because of that. I'll enable it later in the app if we can do that. Okay, what are you doing? I'm doing hobbies. Who are you with? And I'm with family. Not in this room, but they're somewhere there. Okay, add physical sensations. I like these little tags. They're very simple, nothing special, but they're clean. Add physical sensations. Where do you notice a physical sensation? Okay, and you can rotate. So this is a 3D model. You can rotate it to see the full body. And I'm guessing I'm gonna paint some area. Yeah, so I feel it. Wow, okay, this is a lot more in depth than I was expecting. That's so cool. So I tap this area and then I'm feeling high intensity and high intensity and pleasant. Okay, I actually don't know about these parts of the app. This is extremely cool. Let's tap that. Again, nice animation, keeping the element on screen, text coming in. Let's see that again. So the pleasant and high intensity coming from the side and the rest coming from the bottom to basically fill the space. And I'm gonna go into easy breaths. Again, we have the same tags, light and comfortable. Next. Oh, I can add another sensation. Okay, let's tap the head here. Forehead, face, jaw. Oh, so you can really do a lot of things. So let's go face, and I'm feeling, let's go this time low intensity to see the other colors. The pills adapt to whatever you selected, whatever color you selected. Sit next. My God, I love this view. Rotate it, keeps there. Okay, let's hit done. Very beautiful transition of just like showing you the things you selected. And they do a very good job of actually framing the part of the body that you selected. So let's actually go back in and select the foot and see what they do with that. Continue. You see it expanded and it zoomed out the mannequin to actually show you the foot so that basically every emotion is shown there. And I also really like the way they do colors, because they have a few different colors to represent all of the emotions. Basically, the way they do it is with shapes and colors, but all these colors have great contrast with the background and with each other, which is fairly hard to do. Complete check-in. So we're still on the onboarding. The first check-in is complete. Remember to check in regularly to spot patterns. Okay, how often do you want to check in? I'm checking once per day. And I want to get a reminder. So I'm guessing it's going to ask me for notifications next. Oh, there you go. Allow the widget. Okay, let's see, add widget just to see the animation here. Very similar to the Locket animation here. They have an animation just like this one. Let's actually add the widget to see what it looks like. We're going to go edit, add widget, how we feel. And we're going to add the big widget because that's the one that we're showing off. Okay, so this is just an entry to adding another feeling. Let's put this at the bottom. Cool, let's go back in. We've added the widget. And now we're finally on the home screen. But this is a long but cool onboarding because you're actually doing things. You're actually providing value for yourself on the app. Tooltips that I don't like to read. One, change how you feel, explore emotional regulation. Okay. Very cool animation, get started. I actually don't want to do this now. So let's just look at the homepage. So at the top, we have what I'm guessing on top left, settings. Yes. We have one emotion and 1 day streak. So I'm guessing this is just basically just a log of everything that you've recorded so far. Yep, you've felt one unique feeling and you're on a 1 day streak. Okay, these screens are not very cool. Like it's literally just a circle. It is what it is. And at the right, we have what, an upload button? I would say share button. It looks like upload. So it's all blurred here, but okay. And the main CTA is clearly to check in again, check in for the afternoon. If we scroll down, we see my last check-in. So let's actually do another one quickly. Let's do unpleasant, FOMO, confused, feeling confused. Okay. The buttons here adapt to the color that you chose. So you see the attachment button on the bottom right. That's a very nice touch. You can add here, I'm with pets. Complete check-in. Exceptional animation. Okay, let's see that again. You can sync health data. I'm not going to do that. Let's see the animation of the check-in complete again. So we're going to do this time for blue, sad, complete check-in. Boom, little card is created, comes right down, and gets stored here. And this is a good way to see what I was talking about with the colors. Like having this many different colors that are themed and that make sense within the app, but also have great contrast with the background and within themselves is pretty hard to achieve, especially when you have gradients and illustrations and all of that. So this is very well done, in my opinion. And if I tap into one of them, again, keeping the element on the screen, the way that the I'm feeling sad comes up is a bit weird, but anyway. And then if you just scroll down, basically we have when that happened, we can add things to it. We can create a reflection. There's tools, and there's basically achievements like this is the first time you felt sad. Okay, let's hit reflect. Okay, this is where I have to create an account. So not now, maybe later. And the wheel here adapts to the emotions that I felt, which is pretty interesting. So let's go at tools, get started, see what's actually here. I see a lot of buttons, sound patterns, breathing, quotes, emotions, and a bunch of pluses at the top. So let's hit the plus at the top, and we're gonna do box breathing. Box breathing is something that I actually do sometimes. So let's hit that. Again, beautiful animations for each of these things. It's a lot of work that they do here. This is 1 minute. I'm gonna hit begin. And it's weird that it doesn't have sound, or maybe I'm doing something wrong, but it's not playing the sound. Exhale. Okay, so this is basically a guided breathing exercise. And a very nice touch, it has the haptics on the background at the speed at which they want you to breathe. Okay, the haptics part is very nice. And if you tap once, or if you keep tapping, they show you the exit at the top. So right now we're gonna exit. Let's go in Emotions 101 just to see the videos. Okay, so these are videos basically like by therapists or coach or something. I don't actually wanna watch these right now. So let's go back, click Best Self, where we have 3 tools. So Best Self, identify the inner qualities you possess. Next. Okay, so they're basically using the same UI that they're using elsewhere, which is a good thing. Are you gonna do a picture here? Interesting. Awful picture, let's go. I am driven, confident, and analytical. Let's go. Save to my tools. So that's saved at the top. Yeah. Okay. This scroller here at the top, this H scroll, would be a great way or a great place to have the kind of animations that they have on Apple Books that we saw in episode 1, where the books come up. Because for example, when I tapped here, the first thing I tried to do was swipe to see the next one. And if I type here, I would like to swipe to see the one to the left of it. So that would be a very cool place to do it. And How We Feel already does great animations with keeping elements on screen. So I think they could do it. Share your emotions with friends. I would never do that. Just kidding. Let's hit get started. Again, account creation. I feel like we're gonna have to create an account to actually see these parts of the apps. And we have analytics. So check and breakdown. You can tap each of the elements. We have a little calendar with the emotions that we felt, and then a track of the emotions that we felt the most. I really like how they blend gradients with solid colors. So for example, on the onboarding, they had mostly solid colors on that Apple Watch style UI. I think it was purely solid colors. But then when they show you the badges here, they show it with gradients and some shadows. And same thing here. For example, here they show you the shadows. Gonna take a screenshot for you to see better. It's basically the shadowed version of the icons, which I really like. So let's delete this. emotions you felt most, your mood during the day. Okay, we don't have enough emotions to see this, but these are some very cool, basically data visualizations. I wish they had slightly better empty states so that you get some value from day one, but nonetheless, very nice. This is the kind of thing that I was talking about when we reviewed or when we broke down all trails, where they had a page showing your stats, but all the stats essentially looked the same and it was not exciting. This is exciting. Let's actually create an account here with Apple, my blurred email. Yes. Let's go. Let's see if it's seamless. I still find it weird that they asked for it in the middle of my first check-in. Okay, that was extremely seamless. I basically just had to tap the create account and they did the rest. No weird pop-ups, nothing appearing. So if we add a friend, we can just basically share links. Okay. And this, I'm guessing, would be a feed of the emotions that your friends felt. And what else did we need the account for? Oh, it was for the AI. So let's try going here in the reflect. I'm confused. Confusion can be disorienting. Have you noticed any specific thoughts or situations? I'm gonna troll the AI. Confusion. Something that I don't see a lot of, but it's very cool here is the text that you're typing into the chat or into the modals is very large. So it's basically made for you to not have to write a lot or not feel like you're writing a lot. And it's just very clean. Like the screen is very clean, even though it's just a big text field. So let's hit go deeper. Okay, so at any moment we have the option to go deeper or finish. I wish they had a microphone so that I could just speak into it. That's a cool little hack whenever you want people to give information, is that people are too lazy to type a lot. So if you give them a microphone, they're just going to speak into it. And they're a lot more likely to speak for 1 minute than to write the equivalent of 1 minute of words. So cool little tip for you. Let's hit finish. Okay. Something that I'm just noticing now is the color of the background here matching the badge. It feels extremely good. Again, love the visualization of the body. And I think we're gonna end the video here. So let's hit 3 emotions. We felt 3 unique emotions. But yeah, how we feel, exceptional illustration, exceptional representation of abstract things through colors and shapes, very clean designs, very clean just color overall, very good use of color, and great transitions between elements. So I'm a big fan. I'm not sure if I would actually use the use case of this app, which is a feelings journal, but in terms of design, there's a lot to learn from here. So I'll see you on the next episode.